that's how Gemini relates to the core themes that I'm trying to capture with the music of this LP. The next question that I had was, can you share a story about how the songs of the LP, about how one of the songs of the LP came to be? 2024 or something like that. So right now, my favorite demo, I believe, is N3142024B. Okay, you got that? It's N314, or no, shit. It's N0314, like pi. Anyway, 2024. So that project title, that file title, that's the story. That's the one I'm going to share the story behind. Okay. So now that we got through that, the story behind that track was, on my most recent EP, I've been given a lot of feedback that my songs lacked melodic development, or that they needed a little bit more oomph and a better hook to really kind of catch the attention of the listener. And with N31, I will give you the actual title of when I give it the title. I feel like I really just executed on that catchiness, and I really executed on that development. I mean, it's melodies out the ass, really. Yeah, it's left, right. It's melody from here, melody from there, and they're all catchy. You know, like, and I'm not used to. Sometimes I have to take a step back because I'm not used to actually coming up with catchy melodies and then putting them in the songs. Oftentimes, what I would do is I would come up with a catchy melody, and then somewhere in the process, I would fuck it up. I would transform it into some complex shit that wasn't catchy. But this time, I let the shit be catchy, and I didn't try to zhuzh it up and make it anything that it wasn't. You know, I try to let the natural, you know, traits of it stand out, and that's resulted in what I feel like is one of my best demos. And I feel that way about all the demos on this album. I mean, I feel like with each project, I'm kind of topping myself, or I'm attempting to top myself, and I usually execute on that. So this album is no different. These songs I'm really proud of. I take a step away from them, you know, for the day, and then I come back to them the next day, and I still feel the same way about them, which is a huge sign that they're the right songs. Now I just have to make sure to select the right ones, develop the right ones, finish the right ones, and coordinate all the rest of it, which should fall into place once I'm done with the songs in earnest, and get them over to my mastering engineer, Dan Leaning. So shout out to Dan Leaning Music, my mastering engineer, my mixing engineer. He's amazing. He's partially responsible for what made the Flux EP what it was. So if y'all like that quality, if y'all liked that sound experience, that immersion, you have him to thank in a great deal for that. So shout out to Dan. I'm always gonna shout him out and thank him, because he's such a cool dude, and he's such a real brother to have in this journey. So shout out to Dan. Shout out to Zol as well, another brother, my collaborator brother, who has helped me to make some of my best music, and who I hope that I've helped him make some of his best music as well. So here we are in the script that I was talking about. And do I want to do these last two? I feel like I was kind of long-winded on that one. Kind of touched on some of these other questions. The other question I have here is, like, what do you hope listeners will take away from this LP? I hope that they feel that they have enough mental fortitude, and that they've been able to do enough escape within themselves and enough reflection within themselves to confront whatever crisis or whatever chasm or challenge that they're currently facing in their lives. This with a renewed sense of peace, because I feel like it's so important to approach crisis with a sense of peace and calm, which I know, again, you see the Gemini in that, you see the duality in that, right? So I think it's so important that you approach whatever crisis or challenge that you're experiencing with a sense of calmness, because adding stress or adding adding hormones and nervous system reactions to something is not going to help you make the best choice for you. But hopefully listening to this album, taking the time to really reflect on the things that matter to you, to do something that you enjoy, to take some time to yourself, to take some time to really escape into your own self for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I think that what I hope that the listeners do is they do that, and then they come out of that feeling refreshed, at peace, at ease, and able to confront that crisis. That's what I hope that listeners take away from Gemini. And with that, I think I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you to Kavan, Vintage Von, for showing up, and thank you for Layer1_ for showing up as well. I'm gonna send you the post to do the sharing thing as soon as I finish this. I know I've been procrastinating on that, so I'm gonna get to that. And for all of you who are watching the playback of this, thank you for joining me. For all of you who are watching the live of this, which is nobody, but anyway, customarily, thank you. for showing up. Thank you for showing me support. Thank you for being loyal, consistent, patient, really giving me the motivation and inspiring the willpower to continue to execute my vision and provide the most optimum music possible for my audience and for the world as a whole. So thank you for helping me contribute to that goal. Thank you for helping me do my part, and have a great evening.